Wait, for how long? Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas, and today I want to talk to you guys about a special time that some Christians observe called Lent. And Lent can look like a lot of different things, but one of the things that most of the traditions have in common is 40 days of fasting leading up to Easter. And Easter is the day where we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, for some churches, Lent lasts 40 days, but for some, it's actually more than 40 days because it's 40 days of fasting, but some churches, some Christians will not fast on a few of those days, like Sundays. So they actually start like 46 days or something like that before Easter so that they can get a full 40 days of fasting. Now, fasting just means not eating. And Lent is sort of commemorating, remembering how Jesus fasted in the wilderness for 40 days. And when Jesus fasted, he didn't eat any food at all. Now, most Christians, when they fast for Lent, which some people call a Lenten sacrifice, when they fast for Lent, they won't go 40 days with no food at all. Some Christians will just have one meal a day, or some just, won't eat meat on Fridays, or some people won't eat until, the sun goes down, or some people will just choose something to give up for Lent, something that isn't necessarily food or like all food, but maybe they'll give up candy for Lent or TV or social media or something like that. 40 days of not doing this thing. And the name Lent comes from an old English word, lengthen, which really just means spring season. Now, fasting, I think technically just means giving up food for a period of time. It might be called abstaining if it's not food, but I've heard a lot of people say fasting from something, like fasting from TV. So I think that if it's not technically a proper usage to say, I'm fasting from social media this Lent, I think enough people say it like that they'll know what you mean. And fasting from something is a really good way to focus on what's most important, a really good way to practice healthy self-denial. And fasting for Lent in particular is a great way to prepare for Easter. Now, Lent specifically is a church tradition. It's not something that you're going to find in Scripture, but fasting in general, oh yeah, it absolutely is found in Scripture. And again, Lent is commemorating, we're remembering Jesus' example of fasting. When Jesus fasted in the wilderness for 40 days. Now, again, when Jesus fasted, he didn't eat anything at all. And he was in the desert fasting for 40 days in preparation for his ministry. That was a really good thing for him to do. And we can follow his example. And that's kind of what we're doing during Lent. But not eating anything at all for 40 days is really intense and honestly dangerous. So I think it's really good to fast, but I'd also suggest starting small, but not too small. The point is to give up something that matters so that you can focus on what matters most. And you know what? 40 days might seem like a long time, and that's because it is. That's more than a month. And if you're a kid and you want to fast, you 100% need to tell your parents. You 100% need to tell your guardians about what you are planning to do and follow their guidance. We need to obey our parents, even if that means not fasting in the exact way that we planned on. So my challenge to you guys today is, would you consider fasting? Prayer and fasting is found all over in Scripture. It's a really good spiritual discipline. But whether you observe Lent or not, fasting is a really good way to, again, practice healthy self-denial and a really, really good way to focus on what's most important. Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas. And hey, do you come from a church where they observe Lent? Have you ever tried fasting before? It can be a really, really good thing to do. And again, though, if you're a kid watching this and you want to fast, it's really important to include your parents in on it, right? You need to tell them what you're planning on doing because they're in charge of you. And if you say, I want to try not eating anything for 40 days, and they say no, you gotta go with what they say. But again, it's totally okay to start small, give something up, like candy or TV or video games. And it also doesn't have to be 40 days. You can fast any amount of time. But if you're thinking of fasting from something that you should just give up completely, you should just give it up completely. Don't call that a fast. Just stop doing that thing. But fasting, giving up something that matters to us, is a great way to help us focus on what matters most.